Hey everybody, it's me, Greg Miller from Kinda Funny. That's Snowbike Mike from Kinda Funny, and I'm here to talk to you about your mental health. If you didn't know, for 10 weeks, well, I guess it'd be 20 weeks because it was every other week, Khalif Adams and Alana Pierce and myself partnered with Kaiser Permanente and Cloud9 to host a show called Presence of Mind. It was all about mental health. You can get all of the episodes we did. It was a mental health podcast, 10 episodes, all up on YouTube.
We're going to be talking about mental health just for like the next half hour or so while, we just get to know each other a little bit. When you're stuck in a sucky situation, how do you look on the bright side? I think one of the biggest things in life that I do and a lot of very mentally wise people do is to not let things that are outside of your control have any sort of reign on your mood or how you feel. For example, I play a lot of Valorant ranks, you guys know that, and those teammates that you get are random, and the enemies that you go against are also random, and those are things that are outside of your control. So it's about adapting to the situation that you're put in and not worrying about the things that are outside of your control and not worrying about, oh, hey, I have a teammate that's playing really bad. You say, okay, well, maybe I can make up for that by playing better. And that applies not only to Valorant Rank, that applies to life. And there's a lot of situations where it's very easy to look at the glass half empty instead of half full.
Man, basically it's a series that they have called Presence of Mind, and it's you guys can read the whole command if you want to, but it's all about trying to build health and wellness, specifically mental health, in gaming, because it's Cloud9 partnership, so it makes sense. Yeah, in gaming, and it's a really important thing actually. One other command we have is, what's the other command? Info. I think it's called, oh, it's the website. It's the website, Find Your Words. So if you guys type ! Find Your Words, it'll give you a link to find out more information. And what it's going to do is it's going to link you to the findyourwords.org website with Presence of Mind. And this is a website that is built around the Presence of Mind Cloud9 Kaiser Permanent collaboration. And there's videos on here. So there's like part 1, part 2, part 3. And I want to watch the first video with you guys. We'll maybe wait like a couple more minutes for more people to tune in. But yeah, so I want to watch the first video on there and see what it's all about. We can watch it on stream.
How do we fight depression and anxiety? We need help. Depression and anxiety is something that I think a lot of people deal with, and even people like me, I deal with a lot of that stuff. I tend to not really bring it into my stream very much because like I have, I have some anxiety for a lot of different things, but when I come on stream, I don't really share that anxiety with you guys or let that be known in my personality, because I think my stream for a lot of you guys is a resource for that happiness and to take your mind off of that anxiety, and I am aware of that. And so I don't really talk about my own anxiety very much because like I'm trying to help everyone else out, and that also is kind of a coping mechanism for me, is just like literally just don't talk about it and your head down, dude. Are we talking about mental health? We are talking about mental health. But yeah, so again, I can't recommend therapy enough. I love mental health awareness. We all love mental health awareness.
Hello everyone, I'm Alana and welcome to my channel, where today, it's my third time attempting to do this intro, as Twitch is joining me here, will have seen. Today I wanted to talk about something very serious, in partnership with Cloud9 and Kaiser Permanente, who I ran a mental health podcast for a number of months this year. Today I wanted to essentially read to everybody a series of messages that I received from a stalker. This is not somebody that I've ever spoken about before, in any capacity whatsoever. I was only comfortable talking about it after a long distance of time and after being sure that I was safe from the situation. I would suggest to anybody who's watching who's worried about dealing with this kind of thing that you be very careful what you say online. There are a couple of reasons why I wanted to do this. The first is that I felt it could be helpful for other people who've dealt with stalkers to hear my account. I've spoken to the police quite a number of times and have, I feel like, all of the most up-to-date advice for if this is something that other content creators go through, but of course it's not exclusive to content creators. Anybody can have a stalker, especially in the age of the internet, no matter what size you are, etc. And it can be very serious and very concerning, and obviously in some cases life-threatening.
I want to watch one of these videos. So this is the findyourwords.org website, which is what Cloud9 did a collaboration with Kaiser Permanente. And they have like an interactive video series on here. And I want to watch the first one. So the first one's called Part 1, Presence of Mind. Mental health matters. By making your mental well-being a priority, you'll see a positive impact in your life. I would check it out. If you click on that and it has an accessible transcript, check out this video. It will help your best self by taking care of your brain and body. It will only take a few minutes. This video will help you understand mental health is connected to your total health, the importance of making mental health a priority, resources that are available to help. It's important to support your emotional well-being by be aware of your mental health and feel safe to talk openly about that. Hear from others about their personal experiences, learn more about the various resources available to you, and explore specific methods you can use in part 1 of our Presence of Mind series. Be sure to check out part 2, Presence of Mind, helping others, and future videos. The more you learn, the longer you stay. That makes a lot of sense. Like, mental health isn't always just about yourself. It's also about your friends and family as well. So like, even if you're not struggling on your own, then doing this could actually help a lot of your friends as well. Let's check it out. Presence of Mind, mental health matters. Alana Pierce, popular content creator, game developer, and streamer, talks about how to take care of your mental health and to stay in the game.
You know, like, why is Cloud9? I know of them vaguely from esports. Why are they hitting me up? And when they sat down and explained this thing about wanting to remove the stigma of mental health, right? That spoke to me, Mike, and I know it speaks to you.
Yeah, Greg. I think this series has been really important and really special to watch along with you, Alana, and Khalif over those weeks. It's been really awesome to see the different dialogues you've had, the different people that you've brought on to discuss this. And I think it's one thing for me, Greg, when we look at mental health and just taking a check on yourself, sometimes it does feel like you want to talk about it. You don't want to share it. You want to keep it bottled up and like internalize it. If I can solve all of my problems. And you know, Greg, the way of the world and how humans work, that's not how it goes.
At some point, I had electronic bits. This has already been dealt with. The person who just said, the more that you, what did they say? The more that you respond to his messages, the more he will feel enticed to keep going with the psychosis. Ignore him completely. This is bad advice, my good sir. What you are saying is bad advice. This guy's already gone. I'm not dealing with him anymore. He does not contact me anymore. The situation has been dealt with. As someone who has dealt with this multiple times, no, ignore them completely is not the correct advice. As said earlier in this stream, if I had ignored this dude completely and not looked into this situation, I really strongly believe I would have been kidnapped. The only way that I knew that this was happening and that I knew what events he was going to show up at and where he was going to be with his knife at E3 was because of looking at his message. The only reason that I have any proof for the police that I was being harassed was the fact that I told him not to contact me. So ignoring is not a good solution. Blocking is not a good solution. You shouldn't have ongoing conversations with them. Definitely don't talk to them, but I did 3. That's what I did, was I had sent 3 messages. So the right advice that I can give you, the advice that I've gotten from police, being somebody who obviously has had to deal with this, is to screenshot everything, tell them at least once to stop contacting you, so that you have proof that, frankly, the more that you've told them to stop contacting you without it hurting your own safety. Prove again in court that you are being stalked, in theory, but you do really want to be careful of your own safety and your own comfort levels with how much you actually are willing to contact them. And then, yeah, the most important part is that you do need to screenshot everything. The more messages they send you, ultimately, the more it's going to help. The longer track record that you have of where you have interacted with them and told them to leave you alone, told them to leave other people alone and they haven't, is again repeated harassment, and they can get charged for every single message. That's the way that these stalker charges work, is they can get charged. At least that's the case in Australia with the guy that I've been dealing with there.
I'll say this, as far as mental health, as someone that has dealt with it, I think one of the best medicine for is exercise, getting your physical health better, because I find when I get in good shape physically, my mind follows. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's like, recently, that's the biggest thing that's been helping me, is just, you know, just getting any type of like physical fitness in, whether it's like picking up some dumbbells for like 5 minutes a day and putting them down, or anything. Oh, I forgot I bought a pull-up bar as well. I actually have a pull-up bar. Here's one. If you're down, think of something that will make you happy. I always look at the good thing in life. Find someone that you can talk to about your feeling, and venting is good. People don't do that a lot. True. And I think a lot of people are scared that other people don't want to hear them vent. I feel like that's, most of the time, that's opposite. Like, people are always willing to listen and listen to other people vent, as long as you don't do it too much, I guess, to one person, maybe.
Please do, if you do not have access to mental health resources yourself, go to Presence of Mind. if you go to, what did I make it? Find Your Words is the resource that we used while I was working with them. I helped them make a video. It not only does the website, again, this is completely genuine, not only does the website help you with mental health, but it also helps you find signs in other people that they might need help with these kinds of things. And it's entirely possible that you could know somebody like this. I do actually somewhat often have, it's always women reach out to me and say, hey, are you actually dating this guy posting about dating you on Facebook? Most of them I find really funny. They're just like, a dude lied about being in a relationship with me and it's really silly. But in some cases, people will contact me and be like, I'm actually concerned about what he's saying about you here and is delusional. And you know, that's an opportunity for someone to not put it on me. I don't know that that's the correct outcome, where they come to me and they go, hey, my friend is clearly mentally ill and is telling everybody he's in a relationship with you. I would much prefer that you try to find a way to help them, to ask them questions, to see if they're okay, to check in with them if you can, have these candid conversations so that people like, as we're calling him, who don't even actually know that there is, that they are struggling with something. He did not know. He knew he had delusional disorder, but he didn't know that I wasn't dating him. He really thought that my tweets and my Instagram posts and my stories and everything were directed at him and that I was just trying to keep a relationship a secret. You know, you have to have people in your life who are willing to talk to you about this stuff. And I think it's just so important. And again, I was so stressed that year, and I will never go back to that place where it was in 2019 that I was dealing with this and some other stuff. And I made a video that year. It was a 3-month period of time where I didn't make any YouTube videos, but I also made a video that year talking about how I developed eczema that year. I was so stressed that now I have a permanent skin condition where anytime I get stressed, my skin falls off. That's gonna be with me for the rest of my life, and I blame it on 2019. So yeah, please do take it seriously for yourself. I screwed up. Like I was a mess. I did not handle it well. I did go to therapy, and that really did help, having someone to talk to about it. But yes, do very much want to say, please check out Kaiser Permanente and Cloud9 for more about presence of mind. If you put in the description, Find Your Words, you can check out Presence of Mind, Find Your Words. It's really, really great stuff, really helpful. And